This is an audio and video check for the required 7849 conference. If you can see my audio, if you can see my video, excuse me, or hear my audio, please text yes into the chat box. Great. If my video or audio fails for any reason, please note that I will always type what I'm saying in the chat box as a backup. So, welcome to the web conference. This conference is 15 minutes. It will also be recorded. I recommend you open a new window with all of our Canvas course and the project module opened. You may participate via text, audio, or video. Please ask all of your questions in the chat box. You may ask a question when prompted. I will be speaking to you via audio and video if connection speed allows, but everything I say I will type out in the chat box as well. So let's get started. We're here to discuss the Plate Tectonic PSA project. First of all, you might be interested what group you're in. In our Canvas module, go to the People button on the left-hand side. Once you click there, click on View User Groups. You'll be able to see all the people in our class who've been assigned to your group. Now, so what does your group have to do? Please go to the project module and click on the Group Plate Tectonic PSA project instructions. Read this completely and carefully. All group members will receive the same grade for all of the group products that you create. Essentially, in teams, you're going to create a suite of public service announcement type materials. This includes a closed caption video, a poster, and a pamphlet that explains a plate tectonic awareness issue to the public. So, what exactly does your group have to turn in, and where do you turn it in? You'll see in the chat box a checklist of all the items you must complete for this group project. Number 1, submit a group contract. This is due Monday, February 10th. This contract is so you can all clearly outline who is in charge of what, when it's due, and quite frankly, what happens if one of your teammates doesn't hold their end of the bargain up. Number 2, as a team, you'll want to choose an oceanography plate tectonic topic of interest. There's a wiki linked in this assignment for you to sign up for a topic. I've even given you many suggested topics. That's due Monday, February 10th. 3, you're going to submit your oceanography plate tectonic awareness poster, pamphlet, and closed captioned video. You're going to submit a draft in 2 Mondays, February 17th. You're going to peer review each other's videos and submit comments the following Monday, February 24th. Then your group's final poster, pamphlet, and video is due March 3rd at 12 noon. Finally, the 4th thing you'll have to do is individually, you'll submit a PSA peer collaboration survey. That's due March 3rd. This is where you'll individually assess each other on how well you worked as a team and your collaboration skills. So let's talk a little bit more about what each of these products should be like. Your video should be original, That is, you created the images and text, and cite any data that you did not originally create. Your video is going to be between 30 seconds and 1 minute. It should be closed captioned and hosted on an external site like YouTube or Vimeo. Only submit the URL in Canvas. And your video should apply course content, that is oceanography content, to this real world plate tectonics awareness issue. Don't worry, I've given you several examples from previous students as inspiration. Let's talk a little bit about what the expectations are for the poster. Your poster, again, should be original. That is, your group created the text and images if you didn't cite all the data. You should clearly state your plate tectonic awareness issue primarily through images. A poster is more about image, right? And it should be 8.5 by 11. Finally, let's talk about your pamphlet. Your pamphlet should be submitted as a doc or PDF. It should be 8.5 by 11, trifold, double-sided. It should be original. Of course, you created it. You didn't just get it off the internet. Cite all information that's not your own. It should clearly define a plate tectonic issue and give background information. Essentially, your pamphlet's going to be much more detailed than your poster, right? You should clearly outline a proposed solution to the problem or relate the issue to real life. And you should clearly outline specific things a person can do to become more aware of the issue. Okay, if that's not enough, let's take a breather and let me give you a chance to ask some questions. So if you do have any questions, please ask these now in the chat box. So Robert asks, what does double-sided 8.5 by 11 trifold page mean? Double-sided means two sides, right, of a page. 8.5 by 11, that's just a standard, I think, A1 size page. And trifold means that the page is folded 3 times. And you might find templates for trifold pamphlets in Word and iWord for free. Yeah, it's 2 pages. Other questions? Yes, templates will really help with the layout. Michelle wants to know if your products should be digital. It really would be easier for your group if you created the products digitally, because then it's easier to share them. But it's really up to your group. Other questions? Okay, so moving on, a few other questions that you might have. How are these products, by products, I'm referring to the video, the pamphlet, and the poster, how will they be graded? See the detailed project rubrics for each assignment. There's no secret how you're going to be graded, it's very clear, and if you have any questions, just let me know. You also might be a little bit hesitant about working in teams in Canvas. So I have given you some resources in the project module. You'll notice number 1, there is some information called some tips for working in groups. And 2, there's a link to a video called Using Groups in Canvas. Use both of these at your leisure. So, some of you might be stressed about group work because what if someone doesn't do their work? Well, you'll notice in the project module that there is the Google Earth Tour contract. So you'll be writing a robust contract. The policy in the contract is this. You may fire a group member for non-participation, for lack of communication, or for any other violation of the group contract. However, to fire someone, you must follow the following protocol. This protocol is indicated in the contract. You have to send an email to the group member, CCing me and your entire group, informing them of the firing. 2, your fired member gets 24 hours to either correct the error or be fired by me. And 3, being fired means you have to complete the entire project on your own, and the group left over will get 72 extra hours extended onto any deadline to account for increased workload. So you might be wondering what you should do now. First of all, message all your group members in Canvas. 2, read the project instructions carefully. And 3, begin working on your group contract. Now, what should you do if you run into problems or have questions about the project? Number 1, go back and reread the project instructions. Most time the answer is in there. If you're still stuck, 2, you can post in the Ask Here for Help discussion board. That's a way for you to answer each other's questions. But if you're still stuck, you're more than welcome to message me in Canvas. So let me open it up for our last round of questions here. Any questions that you have, please ask these in the chat box. Savannah has a question about the hazard topic sign-up page. Essentially on that, you just have to enter your group number after one of the suggested topics. There's another question regarding, does your draft have to be the final, as close to the final version, and where do you submit it? So the first is, yes, you submit the drafts and final in the same place. And 2, the draft can really be anything you want to submit